The brain is an extremely complex organ that controls various body functions. If a stroke occurs and blood flow can't reach the region that controls a particular body function, that part of the body won't work as it should. A stroke occurs when a vein in the brain bursts and bleeding occurs, or a blood clot forms, or when there is a blockage in the blood supply to the brain. Stroke is one of the leading causes of death and disability in India. The incidence of stroke in India has increased by 100% in the past few decades. Stroke incidence in India is higher, 194 to 215 per lakh of population in rural areas as compared to the national average, which is 119 to 145 per lakh of population. World Stroke Day is observed on October 29 to underscore the serious nature and high rates of stroke, to raise awareness of the prevention and treatment of the condition, and ensure better care and support for survivors. The annual event was started in 2006 by the World Stroke Organization, which is WSO. We at MediCircle are conducting World Stroke Day awareness series to draw awareness on the symptoms and treatments available for stroke to reduce the incidence of stroke. Hello, I'm Aprajita Mehra, and today our guest for the talk is Dr. Prithviraj Dabarase. Dr. Prithviraj Dabarase is senior adult neurologist practicing in Mumbai. His current attachments are Jaslok Hospital, Bhatia Hospital, Godrej Memorial Hospital, and Sai Hospital, Vikoli. His specialty experience spans over 10 years. He has special interest in stroke, headache, epilepsy, and movement disorders. His goal is to provide compassionate and comprehensive care at affordable fees. Welcome to MediCircle, Dr. Prithviraj Dabarase. It is a pleasure and privilege to have you here with us. How are you, sir?
I'm fine. Thank you, Ms. Prajita, for that kind introduction.
You're most welcome, sir.
On occasion of
please go ahead.
On occasion of World Stroke Day, you and your team is carrying out a wonderful activity, and it's a pleasure for me to be part of that activity. Thank you very much, ma'am.
We reciprocate your symptoms, sir, your sentiments, sir. My first question to you would be, sir, what is a stroke and how it affects the mind and body? Could you just elaborate on this?
Ma'am, stroke is an entity in which the meaning lies in itself. Stroke means strike. So it's like just striking of a lightning when one of your body parts or one of your senses get stops working. So it occurs suddenly, and that is the prime reason or prime way to diagnose the stroke.
Right.
So there are different types of stroke, and in different types of stroke, the different senses or part of body will be involved. And there are three major types of stroke, as you said in the earlier introduction part. So one is the stroke occurring due to bursting of blood vessel, and that amounts to approximately 15% of the strokes. While the one due to blood clot or in the blood clot going into a blood vessel and blocking the supply to certain part of brain, and that occurs in 85% of the population.
All right.
The third part is the bleeding of the, or that is rupture of a blood vessel, which is vein, not an artery. And in that case, the bleeding occurs around the brain. So that's called subarachnoid bleed. So these are three major types of stroke.
All right. Yeah, and how it affects our mind and body. Elaborate.
As I said, the part of the blood vessel which is getting blocked, or the bleeding where it is occurring, and depending upon that, the types whether that stroke occurs, which may involve one side of body, it may involve vision, or it may even involve speech, or uh, just sense of balance, or you will not be able to walk properly. So this way, the stroke affects in every part of the body, and its semiology is depending upon the part of the brain which is involved.
All right. So now that you've explained the causes of stroke and how it affects our mind and body, what are exactly the symptoms of a stroke if we talk about it? How would one, as a layperson, how would I recognize what are the symptoms of a stroke?
You have to see if there is sudden onset. As I said in the initial part, it's the sudden onset, like a lightning of a striking of a lightning. So, if you suspect like that, if something has happened in a person, then you have to just carry out a mnemonic. Earlier it was fast, and now it has become faster. So you have to change, see the face, whether while talking, if there is any change in the face, one part of the face is sagging, or sometimes there is any of the arm or leg is not working, or there is slight weakness in it, or there is a imbalance, that is difficulty in walking, any sense of rotation, spinning sensation, vomiting, difficulty in walking, this ataxia of gait, or difficulty in talking both terms, that is difficult to understand a spoken speech, or talking gibberishly. Sometimes what happens that suddenly a person starts talking gibberishly, wrong words, and people or even doctors think that it is some psychiatric disorder. Patient has went his mind is went
Yeah,
wrong,
okay, okay, okay.
and in that case it is a stroke.
Right.
Sometimes your vision is affected. Now the vision is affected in two types of strokes. One is the stroke affecting the eye, wherein sometimes the upper part of the visual field is affected, or sometimes lower part is affected. So if it is occurring in the eye, it is the demarking line is always horizontal. While in case of stroke occurring in the brain, it is generally a part of visual field which is affected, and that visual field involves both the eyes. Say right side of your uh, vision is affected, or left side of your vision. So if you close one eye, then also you won't be able to see one side, and if you close the other eye, then also one side you won't be able to see it. So that means, say you have a stroke on right side of your brain, so you will not able to see the things on left side. And last but not least is, once you note a stroke, once you even suspect a stroke,
Right.
you have to react very fast, very fast, because there is a very felt need about that stroke. That or we must be knowing that there are approximately 1,000 crore, sorry, 10,000 crore neurons in the brain, and if a stroke occurs and you don't act fast, you don't see your doctor immediately, then unattended, untreated stroke, every minute, delay of every minute, 20 lakh neurons will be lost. So that's the
That's very
magnanimity of
alarming,
the,
alarming
yeah.
digit. Absolutely.
Yeah. So even the theme of the present World Stroke Day, the theme is minutes can save lives. So these are the different types of the strokes which can occur and which a layman can note.
All right. So my last question to you would be, sir, that now that we know the symptoms, now that we've recognized if somebody, our loved one is going through all this symptoms, so we know like this, we would immediately recognize that this is a stroke. But in that condition, how to deal with this emergency condition of stroke and what exactly to do promptly. Please tell us something about that.
So first and foremost thing, as we said, that time is neuron. So first and foremost thing is to ring hospital, see if there is availability of bed, and you should quickly run to the hospital without losing any single minute, or without contacting any of the nearby relatives, or first initial care providers like general physician, because that what happens if you tend to see your first care or first line caring doctors, then the time is lost, and which will be detrimental. So one should run to the hospital as soon as possible, so that the treatment can be initiated as soon as possible. So once the patient comes to the hospital, there are two types of strategies one can delineate: whether stroke is there or the stroke is not there. Once stroke is established, the first and foremost thing is to do imaging, so that we come to know whether it is falling in the 85% of the people where the bleeding has occurred, or is in the, you know, whether the patient is falling in 15% where bleed has occurred,
All
or in
right.
the 85% where a blood vessel is blocked and that is causing the damage to the brain.
Okay.
So in that case, there is a golden period, what is called. Earlier it was 3 hours, and now it has increased to 4.5 hours.
All
So
right.
in that period, if there
Mm-hmm.
are conditions are permissible, then doctors can give an injection which will dissolve that clot. Now that treatment is not without its limitations, because the blood clot dissolve in the brain simultaneous at the same time it can dissolve blood clots at uh, other places, and it may cause bleeding, but it definitely improves the stroke outcome in those indicated patients.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the first. So you do imaging, you see where is the stroke, what type of stroke it is, when did the stroke occur, and if it is occurring within 4.5 hours, or in within 3 hours in case of diabetes, in case of presence of diabetes. So we can give that stroke buster treatment to the patient, and which will
Mm-hmm.
improve the outcome dramatically. And third thing is to establish what is the cause of stroke. And that is the reason. So what happens, any stroke, once it happens and he is beyond that 3 or 4.5 hour window, then the treatment becomes preventive only. So we have to establish the cause of the stroke, and we have to treat accordingly, because in brain or even any other part of the body except bones and liver, there is very limited or no regenerative capacity. So once a stroke occurs, the that part of the brain which was damaged, it remains like that only. The part which is surrounding that the normal brain tissue which is surrounding that part, that takes over the function, and that is the way in which that is the way the recovery takes place. So first and foremost is to find out what is the exact cause of stroke, and you treat it, so that the future strokes do not occur, and stroke burden, subsequent strokes and stroke burden do not accumulate. And third is the rehabilitation. So you need, during stroke treatment, immediately after the patient is admitted and he is stabilized, the complications are prevented, we start the stroke rehabilitation, which involves physiotherapy and prevention of complications like aspiration, that is the food or saliva going wrong way into the lungs, and active and passive movements of the body, and to like other treatments like prevention of formation of blood clot in the abdomen, lower abdomen or legs, which tend to occur during the period when you are
Mm-hmm.
immobilized.
Right. So
And
that's how.
simultaneously from first,
Right. Right. Please continue.
yeah, simultaneously from first minute onwards, we start counseling. So that is also very important part and parcel of the stroke treatment.
Now that you've explained it from the point of view of a doctor, how they're going to deal with the emergency condition of stroke, what my question entails is that, doctor, I would like to know what a patient or their caregiver should do immediately upon realizing that they have had a stroke or somebody is going through a stroke. Are there any things as a patient's caretaker that we need to ensure before we are able to reach the doctor in right time? During that period, is there anything that we need to do for our patient? How to handle the patient, how to get them to you, to the, obviously a practitioner like you, someone who would be able to handle them. But in that time duration, while they are alone with the caretaker or on their way to the doctor, what should we, be careful about? Are there any things that you expect the caretakers to take care of before they reach you?
Well, low dose aspirin can be given in the dose of approximately 75 to 150 milligram before imaging. But the results are controversial because we don't know at that point of time, we don't know what type of stroke it is, whether it is due to bursting of a blood vessel or because of a blood clot. But sometimes we give a single dose of aspirin before taking the patient to the hospital. But I will again remind that patient should not go to intermediary. He should go to the nearest hospital where the proper treatment can be started, proper imaging can be done, so that we won't lost any time.
Yes,
which is equal to
which is very precious for that patient to survive. All right.
Yes.
Thank you so much for coming to our show and sharing your valuable time and insights with us here at MediCircle. It was really a pleasure having you, sir. Thank you so much for all this information. Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.